Coming up on today's show, Mark Zuckerberg tries to rebrand himself as a human being and doesn't succeed. Also, we need to talk about this Meghan Markle interview that's sort of going viral and it's weird. Why did she do it? There's actually a really in-depth reason why Meghan Markle is back on your screen.
It's allergy season.
Yes, that's why I was like,
my nose is running. My eyes are red. I look like I smoked the kush and I didn't.
It's too early in the morning for it.
You got your quarter zip ready?
I do.
Zoom. Here we go.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, baby.
So I just want you to know before we start the show that I took a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old to the Minecraft movie this weekend.
Are you okay?
And it is everything as we described it. It is lacking in story, but not in fun. And they did sing and people did lose their minds. And I took them to the version that's called the block party version.
What is that?
Because you know how people were like losing their minds trying to get kicked out of the theater for it?
Yeah.
Now they have, parts where they're singing. Basically, they like put the words on the screen so you can sing along. And like when, all the parts that essentially were viral parts, they embraced it, which I thought was really smart. And then they do like a 3, 2, 1, and then they'll like put the lyrics on the screen or whatever. Yeah. So my daughter Everly was like ready to go. My niece Nevaeh had never been to a movie theater, and
it was just you and the girls.
Yeah, so it was just me and these two girls, and it was funny because like I forgot what it's like to be a little kid at the theater, right?
Yeah.
Like it is kind of scary, and so there is like zombies or whatever, but they're square and they look like not like scary zombies.
Spooky.
But she got freaked out, so she was small enough that she could curl up in the chair.
Oh!
And then every time the music changed, she'd pop her head back up and be like, okay, I can watch this
That
part.
hurts my uterus.
Isn't it funny?
That makes me want
Very
a baby.
cute.
Oh.
Very, very cute.
So the girls, and
they had a great time. They had a great time.
Do they still do like snack packs where you get your popcorn and then on the side, it's like a little opening for candy?
We just bought them popcorn and that was enough.
Oh.
And I tried, I'm the worst dad ever. So they had Nevaeh's mom, my sister-in-law, Lauren, because she's right over top, right?
Yeah.
And Lauren would know this.
Yeah.
Lauren would admit this. So I'm not speaking out of school. She's one of those parents that's like, well, they might need snacks for, whatever. So she sent along like these Welch's little like healthy snack packs or whatever.
The fruit packs. I love them.
They're like gummies, right?
They're juicy. They're good.
They are juicy. They're good
little guys. Yeah.
But do you think that I could get them open? It was impossible to get them open. And I was like biting on them with my teeth that aren't real because I got fake teeth.
I was going to say, don't hurt them. The fake teeth.
And I was like trying to get them open, and it's making that crackly noise. And I know the parent in front of me wants to like turn around and like wring my neck.
Yeah.
So finally I looked at the girls and I said, I can't open them.
And did they get them open?
Yeah, no. Well, they were like, okay. And then it was like, it was 4 years old. She's like, you should have brought scissors.
Is that what she said?
I was like, you're right. I should have brought some scissors.
I know that the main reason that you couldn't open your hands is because they were sweaty.
No,
open
it's
the pack.
because
Your
the
hands are sweaty.
Welch's ones are like literally childproof.
I've opened them, and I have children hands.
They are. I ripped off 4 sides of one of them, and I still couldn't get it open.
They're probably like, oh, he's not strong.
I know. I felt like I let them down.
Well, I'm glad that you went and saw it. I'm glad that you're still intact. And isn't this? Hasn't she seen it before? Like she loves it. Atta girl.
But she wanted to take her cousin to her first movie, and they had a sleepover that night too.
Stop.
Yeah, so it was big.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was great for them. We didn't sleep very well, but
yeah. Were they rowdy? Were they partying?
No, they were okay. I think when they went to bed, it was like with kids that age, they go to bed past their bedtime and they turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of like, oh, so-and-so won't give me space or whatever. And the it's a queen size bed. Yeah. So they have enough space.
Yeah.
So
drama.
Anyway.
There's always sleepover drama.
Oh
I remember
God,
that.
yeah.
Like you turn on each other around 10:30.
We don't let them stay up that late. That does not happen at my house. But it was like 8 o'clock and they were both pooped. And you kind of have some tears and then you wrap it up and you get them back to bed and then they're fine.
It's not a sleepover unless you cry. Yeah.
No, 100%. And Everly showed her cousin about getting up on her own in the morning because Everly knows now how to get up on her own.
Yeah.
So if I want to sleep another extra 15 minutes, Everly just goes and plays. And I leave out like little snack packs for her and I leave water out for her.
That she can't get open?
So she can, she can open the snack packs because they're not the Welch's ones. They're like those packs that you like put in your mouth and you squeeze and whatever. And
Yeah.
Like applesauce or whatever. So she has like a little snack.
Because she can put like last time I babysat, like she has her like nighttime routine. Like She can go to bed. Like girls like pays her taxes now.
Yeah,
like she's almost 6.
Yeah,
like
how? I like, help her with the shower. And then after that, she's on her own.
She's like, no, Auntie Jack, I'm okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like
she's good.
Girl is fine. I'm so proud. Oh,
yeah, no, it was cool. It was
good.
Now, it was kind of weird too. When you go with kids, like when they get scared, you sort of have to like hold their hand or whatever. And I had to like hold hand for half the movie because part of it takes place in the dark. And I was like, at the end of it, I'm like, my back is so sore.
Oh.
But Everly, when Nevaeh was scared, Everly did hold her hand too. So I thought that was very sweet. It was great. It was great.
This is like
go see it,
guys. Welcome to
don't expect a whole lot.
Welcome to the tender episode of Adam Wylde. I love this.
Go see it and don't expect a whole lot. But like the thing was, it was fun. Well, yeah, like I mean, like sometimes you go see a Disney movie and there's like kid humor, and then there's adult humor. There's none of that in this. This is all kids. And it's a romp.
You're just a drive. You're just a drive for the girls. That's all. Yeah, you're just driving.
So, and I actually, where I felt, I don't know how people do this. There was a classroom full, like literally 30 boys. Looked like a hockey team for a birthday party.
That's a hellhole.
And it was like 2 moms and these 30 boys.
Oh my
and I was like,
God.
I don't know how they're managing this. This is a lot. I looked at one of them. I was like, good luck. And she's like, thank you.
And they all have that same haircut. You know what I mean? That like
you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Like of course you have the same haircut.
All the boys have the same haircut.
Yeah. It's oh, I thought you meant the moms have the same haircut. They do have that. The boys do have that mop top curly thing going on. It's like a perm.
It's like it's like a bowl. Fancy bowl cut.
I wish that had been available to me when I was
No, you had frosted tips. I know what you look like.
Frosted tips, and everybody who had straight hair could do that flip up. And like, I can't really do that because my hair just is curly. And so if I had known that this was going to be popular 25 years later, I would have been like, can we delay the birth a little bit here so I can look cool in my teens.
I know we have other big things to talk about, but I have to ask you, would you grow out your hair again? Because
no,
during COVID, your hair was long and I was into it.
It was done. It's done.
It was beautiful.
Listen, it was great growing out my hair during COVID, but like
I loved it.
The only reason I grew it out was because of COVID. Like
Adam
it's either that or it's like a midlife crisis, right? It's like I could still grow my hair.
Adam had long. Can we put a picture of him in?
It was fine occasionally.
No, it was gorgeous. Adam had long curly hair, and then he had one tendril that came down saucily on his forehead. It was beautiful, and then all of a sudden, it was getting so out of control that he started wearing a headband, and it was crazy. Into it.
It's too much.
No, it wasn't.
So I want to start today's show. With you watching this Meghan Markle clip. This is the one that's gone viral over the weekend. It is ridiculous because Meghan Markle, I think, is a very polarizing person. You've got people who are like, she was treated unfairly.
Mm-hmm.
And by the British press, by the British royal family. And I don't know if anybody really disputes that. But then there are people who are like, hey, she's also full of it.
Well, and two can exist, right?
I'm in the second camp.
Yeah.
I think she was treated unfairly. I think she was treated extremely poorly by a press corps in the UK that are insane. But I also think she might be full of it. And where I think she might be full of it is, I just discussed being a parent at the movie theater and how crazy it is and how tired you are, right?
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that I've realized as I've gotten older with a kid is that the only people who have spare time are rich people.
Yeah.
And they're not aware of how much extra time they actually have. And Meghan is one of them. And I want you to watch this clip because she did a podcast recently. And we're going to talk a little bit about that podcast specifically. But I first want you to just watch this clip and see if your mother did this.
Even the headline is insufferable.
What she says in this clip is, to me, extraordinarily stressful for the child. That's a lot of expectation. Have a listen.
I'd created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names, again, that you would never guess, that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
I email because it doesn't have to be a heavy lift, and you email them like, wow, here's your report card from today, or oh my gosh, you said the funniest thing this morning, or here's a picture of you two having breakfast, or here's you playing with the dog. The things that you're not going to frame, the things that you're not going to put pen to paper in a journal, but they will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
I have full body chills right now.
For your whole life.
This poor
Here's
interviewer.
Everything and every moment that I wanted to tell you how much I love you and like how proud I am of you. And of all things, it's making me emotional. for them to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, she has loved us so much.
All right.
I can't.
Now.
I can't. She thinks that this makes her relatable. That's the thing is like, she's
right. So people have done the calculations. And by the time those kids are 18, they will have 4,000 plus emails. If this is true. 4,000 emails, give or take. I'm assuming she's claiming she does it every night.
She does. She absolutely does.
That's like people who claim they have sex every day. It's like maybe twice a week max. Like, what are you talking about? And I felt like, I'm like, if my mother did this, I'd be like, thanks, but I ain't reading all that shit. like, no way. That is way too stressful. I don't want that kind of responsibility to have to, you went to all this effort and I simply don't need to know that much about myself. Like there are things, the one thing about being a kid.
That's pushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing about being a kid is like, hey, I some of this should be forgotten.
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly at my best. You know what I mean?
It's also like, I have documented your entire childhood, but it's only through her eyes. It's like, here's all your memories as I remember them.
Yeah.
So it's like,
which is, I mean, fine, because that's.
Well, it's kind of controlling. Like,
yeah, I mean,
in a
like,
weird
listen,
way. You know?
I mean, what else? What other way is she going to do it? If she was going to do it,
not at all.
The whole thing,
not at all.
So the whole thing stems from there was this thing, and I did this actually a little while ago, where it's like register your kid's email.
I remember you did, yeah.
And I have my daughter's full email with her name, and
just so she has it.
So she has it, and the idea was they literally said like send a couple emails that. You know, along the way or whatever. And I think I've done it twice. Like I really just wanted her to have the email and you know, that sort of thing. But then you have people like this who take it to the extremes. Like, no, I'm going to do it every day. I am here to tell you as a parent, and I love my kid so much. Something special does not happen every day.
No, it doesn't.
Sometimes you go a whole week and it's like, hey man, we just got through the week as a family. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think we need to get back to that a little bit of like, yeah, like, the sunshine doesn't fly out of your ass every day. It's okay. Like, we're all right.
But also, it's an enormous amount of pressure to be like, when you turn 18, you have 4,000 emails to read.
What do
like
you
that,
read War and
like,
Peace?
Jesus.
Like, it's crazy.
My mother will.
What do you think she would have sent to your email?
Well, the thing is my mother, I mean, she can't even get into her email because she always forgets her password. So she has at least 3. And she's gotten hacked. I wouldn't even get an email from her to begin with. But if I did, I mean, what time of day are we talking? Like what time? Like, let's be honest here. Love her to death.
Pre or post happy hour?
Yeah, like what sort of mood is she in? Love her to death. Love my mom forever. But yeah, it would depend on where the sun is in the sky.
And Meghan Markle has two kids. I think they're both boys. Archie and I don't know. Anyway, the reality is that neither of them have hit that weird, awkward preteen hitting puberty stage. And like, I'll tell you, like that ain't when your parents are most proud. They're most proud of you.
No. And I would just, having even a few voicemails from my mother stresses me out incredibly. You know what I mean? It's like, like these children are already in a really hard position.
Yes.
And much less being like, I am in the limelight and everyone already pre-hates me, but I have 4,000 emails to read.
And imagine too, like if you have that many emails, you need to like buy
extra
storage space on Google, right? Like you're already giving that kid a subscription of the emails. And that it's like when your parents pass along stuff and you're like, well, I can't throw this out till they're dead. Like old pictures and stuff. It's like, I'm going to have to hang on to this until they're gone. And then they can't know so that they, that they don't know I'm going to throw this out. Yeah. Like you can't delete those emails.
No, you absolutely, because she's checking.
She's going to be like, I have the password.
I wouldn't be surprised if she wanted to watch them read them. Like that's the kind of vibe she is.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. Also, can I ask, did she do, because she has her podcast and everything, is there a big push for it right now?
So this is not, interesting that you asked that.
Because it's getting fed to me.
This is good because this is the second half of the segment. I'm so glad you asked that. The reason I wanted to talk about this is more than just, it's not to bash Meghan. It's sometimes out of touch rich people clips are hilarious and they're worth watching, right? And that was an out of touch rich person thing. And also, at the end of the day, is it earnest? Probably not. Is it going to hurt anyone? No. Like she clearly loves her kids. I'm not going to hate on that. But it is interesting with her and with Prince Harry, why things happen when they do. And so when I saw this interview And I'm going to talk to you about the host of this interview, who's like, oh my God, I have chills. And what's happening in Prince Harry's life that I think are the reason that this interview came out.
Yep.
So the first thing is the podcast is hosted by somebody named Jamie Kern Lima. Okay. Now I hadn't heard of her, but that's not new on the internet, right? You could be like the biggest star in the world to your audience, and then the next person next door has never heard of you, right? Like that's very internet. Now she has less than 100,000 followers on YouTube, still pretty good at 76,000, but not anywhere in the neighborhood of somebody that you would expect to be interviewing Meghan Markle. Mm-hmm. And that's what that was the first thing that got me, because it's like, if Oprah interviews Meghan Markle, I'm like, well, she's Oprah.
Yeah.
If somebody with 10 million or 5 million subscribers interviews Meghan Markle, I'm like, well, that makes sense. They've got a huge audience. This person doesn't, in internet terms, have a huge audience.
So who is she?
So who is she?
Yeah. Who is she hired by?
So here's what's interesting. When they start the show, this is what I really want you to like dive deep with me on this. Are you ready?
I'm ready, because I have questions about that.
So they called it Meghan's first podcast interview. And I thought that was strange, because Meghan has had multiple podcasts where she is doing the interviews and they ask her questions back.
Yeah.
And she's spoken to multiple people. And, there was she had the podcast with Spotify, which the head of Spotify podcast called a grift. And then she has this other one. And this one that she's on, this Jamie Kern Lima show, is very kind of schmaltzy. Yeah. It's like a Hallmark movie. And the intro to the show, just teasing the interview, is 5 minutes long. It's 5 minutes of just, here's what's coming up. 5 minutes of that.
Okay.
And then at the 5 minute mark, you get to the point where the host finally makes eye contact with the audience and goes, hi, I'm Jamie. And then explains what the show's about. And then they break to a promo of her and Oprah talking, like almost immediately afterwards. And that's another minute and a half. And then you think the show's starting again, but she is doing a 3-minute monologue about what she calls rocking chair friends. So this is the type of show this is: rocking chair friends that you're, when you're 90 and you're sitting on a porch and you've got a rocking chair, like who's going to be sitting in the rocking chair?
Who's going to have a rocking chair in this economy?
Nobody. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, who can afford a patio, a porch?
God,
Wait, in this economy? Are you out of your mind?
I live in my basement.
You must be rich.
Yeah.
So that monologue lasts 3 minutes. And by the way, yes, she is rich. 3 minutes. And then they break into another tease with Meghan. And they finally get to the interview at about 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Because the whole thing's 92 minutes.
So the whole thing's 92 minutes. The first 10% of it is literally just tease, promo. Here's Meghan walking into my garden. Oh, by the way, I know Oprah. Like it's weird. It's very weird. So I'm like, who is this? Why are these production values so weird? And
it's also very expensive.
And I'm looking at the YouTube. And so Jamie Kern Lima has had...
You went deep. Yeah, he's done his detective hat on.
I don't know who she is. She's had Meghan Markle, Melinda Gates, Whitney Wolf, who founded Bumble, Chelsea Handler, Mel Robbins, and Oprah. And that's all in the last 6 months. And what's interesting again is
industry plant.
Less than 100,000 subscribers. It feels like an industry plant. Not so. So she's really interesting.
How did she get... I mean, and I don't want to discredit her, but Oprah, Mel Robbins, these are huge. Yeah.
And if you don't have a big audience,
you don't get
Mel Robbins is not going to come on your show unless you're paying Mel Robbins to be on your show. But Jamie Kern Lima is an American investor and media personality. She founded It Cosmetics, which sold to L'Oreal for $1.2 billion with a B in 2016.
Atta girl, okay.
She also was the first CEO of the L'Oreal brand, of a L'Oreal brand. And she's she's one of America's richest self-made women. Now, interestingly, her career starts, where do you think a career like that starts?
I mean, the hopeful, optimistic entrepreneur side of me, she started working in cosmetics on a shop level, working in a Shoppers kind of thing.
We will get to that, but she actually won the Baywatch College Search in 1999 and got to appear on an episode.
No way.
And she won the title of Miss Washington USA in late 1999 and competed in the Miss USA pageant, although that is mostly scrubbed from the internet. She doesn't want that out there. Most of the Baywatch stuff, all the pageant stuff, completely scrubbed.
But Detective Wylde found it. Yeah.
And she said, after considering a career in finance, because this woman's not stupid.
No.
She applied on a dare to be a contestant on the first season of Big Brother. And she was there. And she was the last female house guest left on that first season. And Big Brother, like Survivor, exploded on the scene.
Yeah.
Right? Still going now, but it was huge. So in 2008, she founds It Cosmetics after having difficulty with makeup products due to rosacea and hyperpigmentation. And basically, the business sort of struggled over the first few years, but she found that on the American version of the shopping channel, which is called QVC, that people were really interested. And she made over 1,000. She basically, she went on QVC and showed how her makeup worked and how easy it was to wipe off.
Like full coverage.
And all of her products in the first segment sold out. And she made hundreds of appearances on QVC afterwards.
You know what?
Isn't that crazy?
I just need to say, because I was thinking, and I said it at first, and I want to apologize for that, saying that she was an industry plant, because when these people explode out of, and have this sort of lineup, it feels like that. But like, she is a very, very smart self-made woman.
She is, but she is her own industry plant.
Yes.
Because she was not she went on QVC and did those segments.
Well,
but
she
wasn't like an interviewer.
She bought a podcast. Yeah.
She can pay for it.
Yeah.
She's apparently worth like a quarter or half a $1 billion. So then.
Well, if you can buy the platform.
The first question of the interview at 9 minutes and 30 seconds, going it back, and you could tell, this is where she could tell she's not an interviewer. She goes, "Megan, how are you? Are you okay?" Like she's like, "No one ever asked that. Are you okay?"
Close-ended question.
Yeah, and then Megan's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?"
Yeah.
But my question is always, okay, when Harry and Meghan are doing interviews, why are they on? What are they selling?
Yeah.
And that is, by the way, any show. Like even Call Her Daddy, Joe, whatever. They're always on for a reason. They're selling something. They're trying to, popularize themselves, whatever it is. So what's interesting about Jamie's channel is that she can get video clips that do like 100,000.
Yeah.
And you go, wow, that's really great. 100,000 views. It's crazy. But her content on her own only does about 350 sometimes. Like it's like 350 total views.
Oh.
So, and the internet's really unforgiving like that, right? Like there's certain clips that go bananas, and then the next clip that you release, nobody's watching.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it works. So she didn't get any traction until she started getting these big interviews. I went back through her page. And so what she has discovered.
Didn't take any of it down. So you can see.
That's right.
Yeah, you can see the algorithm.
So clearly she's tapped her friends to go, come on my show. And Meghan felt comfortable because they're friends. Yeah. And that's totally cool. But why is Meghan Markle doing the interview?
Oh, dear.
Which brings me to my point. Did you hear about what happened in the UK this week?
Adam, where are we in this? He's taking me down a rabbit hole.
This is a rabbit hole. Prince Harry lost a big case in the UK this week.
Oh, and that's why he did sorry, keep going.
So
I'm hooked.
The question of his security and whether or not it should be covered by the palace/royal family, or if he's on his own since he cut himself off from the royal family. And here's what he told BBC News because he lost. He said, it's now impossible for me to take my family to the UK safely after he lost a legal challenge to the British government on Friday, changing his security arrangements after he stepped down from royal duties. King Charles' younger son, this is how the article goes, unsuccessfully sought to overturn a decision by Home Office, the ministry responsible for policing, which decided in 2020 he would not automatically receive the highest level of personal police protection in Britain. So Harry's side thought they were going to win this case, and they were very confident in it. And what they knew was that if he won this case, there would be a spike in interest in both him and Meghan. And so she went on a friendly podcast with a friendly interviewer, one of her friends, and got to talk about all the things, got all the softball questions thrown her way. Yeah. And he ended up losing the case. So if he had won it, okay, well, here's Meghan talking about how great, lovely family life is.
I'm sending my baby's emails.
Yes. Yeah. But he lost it. And now he's admitted too that he doesn't know where his father stands in terms of like his cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, he said, I don't know how long he has. Yeah.
Yeah. So this to me, entire clip, the whole thing is a bit of a PR nightmare. It's a bit of a mix and not exactly what they were expecting. And I think it's super interesting that it was leaked from the palace that the reason Prince or King Charles can't speak to Harry is not because he doesn't want to, but because he revealed so much in that book, Spare, that he feels completely uncomfortable talking about
the trust is broken.
Because the trust isn't there and he's afraid it's going to leak.
And now it's a total side note, but it's funny because last night I was driving home and Siri. I was like, play Jamie XX, an artist. And I've said that before. It brings it up and it said, now playing Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, XX. So, and then I was like, hey Siri, play Jamie XX radio. I was like, play the best of Jamie XX, play Jamie XX. And it kept on feeding me Sussex.
Really?
And then I said the XX, like, which isn't a UK band, but because it has 2 X's. But then I tried I'm blanking on the artist name that I also said after that. But if it anyway sounded like Sussex, it was right so they're paying.
By the way, it started playing Jamie XX on my computer.
Did it? See, okay, so the Megan's not paying the computer, hey, Siri, but I was like, oh, there's a push, or they have like, because it hasn't done that before. I was like, they must have something new out.
There's a push happening.
Listen, when I went to their wedding, Meghan and Harry,
I did go to their wedding. I think people should know that. Jackson went to their wedding.
I never saw this coming.
You covered it.
I covered it. I was by myself in a little paperboy outfit on the lawn. Let's be real, I wasn't at the wedding, but I was very close. But I thought it was a fairy tale romance, and my God, it's gone to hell since.
Yeah.
And I hope that everybody's okay.
I don't think they are.
No, I don't think. I think Adam, what a detective case.
So I know that was a bit of a long walk.
Love that. Yeah.
But I just thought, I'm like, this is crazy what's going on here. And listen, everybody in Hollywood does this. Meghan and Harry are not dissimilar from anybody else.
No,
this is what they do. But don't be so obvious about it.
Can I also say, this is odd. It's, the title that she has Meghan on. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview, which obviously this isn't her first podcast, exclusive worldwide premiere episode of the Jamie Kerm-Lima show. But this is like her 7th episode. So it's not a premiere.
This is somebody that like
first ever time worldwide.
It's the world premiere is Meghan.
Another one. Yeah.
Meghan, and Meghan's done a lot of interviews. I don't know. I don't get it at all.
Also, How to Do Hard Things, like the next one, she's just taken
I think she wants to be like a lifestyle sort of guru.
We can do hard things. That's Glenn and Doyle.
How to get on a different vibration, like your kind of stuff.
Listen, just because I love just because I like the moon once in a while. Okay, a little bit of astrology.
Okay, switching gears. Pull your phone out. This is the week of celebrities trying to change their image. That's the theme of the show this week, okay?
Okay.
And the next one is Mark Zuckerberg. And Mark Zuckerberg is going through a human rebrand.
Oh, God.
He wants to appear more relatable to men, specifically. And he...
Why?
Because Mark Zuckerberg, and it's so funny, right? You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't believe it yourself, you will still do anything you can to find that acceptance. And
I just gotta be one of the guys.
Mark went on Joe Rogan a few months ago and was like, right before he's like, I just don't think workplaces are masculine enough anymore.
Yeah.
He's on Theo Von when he says this, and I don't even think either of them know that they're rolling. And Theo's like, hey man, you drink, like, he's like got like an iced coffee. He's like, do you drink coffee? And you gotta listen to Mark Zuckerberg's response. Please play it.
You drink coffee, man, or no?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you've had it.
I have. Sometimes on vacation, I'll drink it recreationally. It's like every once in a while.
I hate the way he looks.
Just like it's like a celebration.
Yeah, no. It's
really?
Yeah, no. I just like hate anything that messes with like I don't like any kind of chemicals or anything like that.
Okay. Oh, really? So you like to keep everything the equilibrium? Okay.
Yeah, my sister gives me such a hard time about this. She's like, you're just sitting there raw dogging reality.
Wow.
And Theo's sober.
It's kind of true. Like, so you've had it before, yeah, but you just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So when you get up in the morning, that's not your thing? Like, is there something that you do?
No. Yeah, I mean, I wake up and I fight people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wake up in the morning.
Oh God, here we go. I know where this is.
Are we going, by the way? I mean, we should get this.
Yeah, we're going.
What's up? All right.
Oh,
good.
you mean you wake up and do jiu-jitsu, you mean?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. So I probably wake up like, I don't know, 7:30. Whenever like the kids start making noise around the house, it's like, all right, sleep is done.
Yeah.
And then like, it's like, I look at my phone and I'm just like, all these things that these people are doing, like, you did what? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I have to go fucking deal with this. It's like, it's like this partner, are you really? God damn it. All right. So
why is he?
So he then goes on to say, So first off, there was 3 key things in that.
Why is he being this? Why?
Yeah.
What happened?
Doesn't drink coffee except recreationally, as though it's like cocaine. Like it's insane. And then he's like, I like to get up in the morning and fight people, because later on in the interview, he reveals that he does 2 hours of jujitsu before he goes to work. And again, it comes down to rich people and time, right? Only rich people have free time to do that. And then he talks about his sister saying, raw dogging reality, as in, okay, so you're straight edge, is what you're telling us. This is just a version of straight edge. And this is so interesting, because I find this rebrand of Mark Zuckerberg to be very jarring. Not because he doesn't, he can't wear cool clothes and jackets and whatever he wants.
I don't like the way he looks.
Does it feel authentic to you?
Absolutely not. He feels like the guy who got bullied in high school, which he probably did.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He's probably very socially awkward, but he feels like the guy who is so mad at those dudes who didn't accept him. Or
didn't see his greatness beforehand.
And he's playing it off as like, yeah, like I'm chill. Like this is just my rebrand, but that's anger. That's like, he's angry and he feels still left out. And
wow.
I really, really think that this is a sad search for like an identity that he wasn't able to access as a teenager. Like he's looking for acceptance. And I think that he is, there's a lot of sadness, but there's a lot of anger in there. And the anger worries me because he has a lot of money and a lot of access. And he's now crossing lines of being like into this toxic masculinity in order to fit in. And he's the kind of guy who has, again, money and access to push toxic masculinity.
$202 billion.
And people with these ideals of masculinity, and they're all over the place, billionaires with very, very, very limitless pockets and hatred is a terrible combo.
Well,
and
I hope he doesn't go full angry guy. I
hope that his wife and his children and people around him are softening, but like that's somebody who has a point to prove, and I don't know where the end line is.
Well, and that's the thing. There are certain people that have a point to prove, and even when they've proven it, like Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, is what you would call one at life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he
has everything.
There's nothing.
Everything.
Except for that one thing that he probably doesn't. It doesn't feel like he can put his finger on.
Yeah.
There's still something there.
It's the search.
And that's nuts.
Yeah, it's the search.
Now, I thought it might be interesting if we did a little sidetrack into where Mark Zuckerberg drinks coffee recreationally. I mean, that's his $300 million yacht. Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to know about his $300 million yacht? So he has a yacht that travels anywhere in the world he wants it to go. And it's $300 million. Now to run
I gotta go to my high school friend's house and show him I got a yacht. Yeah.
Now this yacht has rooms for 24 people. 24. Not including crew. But to run a yacht like this, Jax, you gotta, like, you're a billionaire, right? You would think a yacht like that would have a helipad. It doesn't. You would think a yacht like that has a ton of storage. Well, not enough. So he's got a $30 million boat that is the support boat for the yacht. And the support boat for the yacht has the helipad, carries the cars, the Sea-Doos, the boats for, all the surfing gear, all of it. And so here's what Wingman, it's the boat. So the boat is called Launchpad.
You're making me angry at men in general.
The boat is called Launchpad. His big boat, his $300 million boat. His second boat, the smaller boat, is called Wingman.
Adam, get me out of here.
And it boasts a wide range of high-end features suitable for extensive maritime expeditions, including...
Don't you say that word around Mark Zuckerberg. No.
Built-in dive center with decompression chamber, substantial deck space for carrying equipment like a Triton submarine, water scooters, luxury tenders, and personal watercraft. The vessel reportedly is powered by blah, 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 diesel engines, can go pretty fast. And the article is pretty funny. She's got basically everything you need, except perhaps a sense of irony.
No, but it's like you can have a helipad, you can have a compression chamber, but if you don't have friends or self-worth, you're like if you can have the yacht, but if you hate yourself, you're not going anywhere. So
Launchpad, the big boat,
Adam,
Wingman,
I hate
the
this.
little boat.
No.
Okay. How much do you think it costs to run those each year?
I don't even know, man. I'm mad at Toronto Hydro right now. I can't even conceptualize that.
So the answer is $30 million.
Adam,
just to run them. That's $82,000 per day. American.
You're hurting me. You're hurting my brain.
So Mark Zuckerberg can feel like, you know what? I'm on vacation. I will have an espresso.
Oh my God. Jeez.
This and you know, when you watch it, it's like, oh yeah, no wonder that person's a little divorced from reality. Like, yeah, how could you be normal? How could you relate to somebody trying to call, hydro? You know what I mean?
You could, between being pissed off at Toronto Hydro and having 2 mega yachts, there's a place in between there. Like there's a place in between me and Mark Zuckerberg, and it's a place more rooted in reality than he is.
You think so?
And he has access. He's now just trying to be out of touch with reality.
Yes.
And when you have that much money, maybe that's what you do. But like these men and their toys and their ideals, like when you reach this certain level of money, like the Elons and the enough. I've had enough. Like you don't have to fight with Toronto Hydro, but you don't need to be doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
I mean, okay.
Excuse my language.
So
That's
can you
wild.
say for certain though, if you had $200 billion that you wouldn't buy a yacht or a super yacht? Can you say for certain? Like, do we all really know that we would not buy a yacht?
Listen, I can't say I wouldn't buy a yacht.
Like everybody you know is employed by you, except for your like wife and kids. Everybody you know.
I don't have either.
Everybody you know is on your payroll. How do you keep touch with reality?
I don't want to play this game.
Yeah, right?
I don't want to play this game.
It's a little weird.
I don't think I'd make it there. I don't think my backbone. I think I would get when you shake somebody down. But yeah, I'd never make it. I couldn't be the CEO of that big of a company. I couldn't.
It's just too much for you.
It's too much. Oh my God. I'd be like, I'm so sorry. Here's money. Like people would just run me over.
Actually, speaking of,
well,
we should to bring it back to reality.
Speaking of what?
Okay. This is a crazy story, and we're gonna do it a little different this week. We're gonna do Jack's East Coast call.
Okay.
But when we come back,
okay.
I want to tell you about how Jax got guilted.
I didn't get guilted.
Got run over.
No, I didn't.
By a bunch of 10-year-olds.
No.
And so, Jax, let's get into the East Coast call here.
Okay.
Now, this is something you do on your social media all the time.
Yeah.
And you call the East Coast and you just have a chat with somebody.
Every few weeks, I will. I sit down in your chair actually, and I will just roll. I'll record, and I'll just call random numbers on the East Coast on the white pages. And sometimes I can get through to somebody really quickly. Sometimes it takes me hundreds of calls. But I got through to a woman named Wanda, and you
guys had a chat.
Wanda is incredible. Yeah, she's a good lady, and she was having a little party this weekend. We can play it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, you. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just getting in the door. You ready for the weekend?
I guess I am. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, so is this Betty?
No, it's Wanda.
Jeez, I'm called the wrong person sitting here having a conversation with you. Sorry about that, Wanda.
Oh, that's no worries. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm ready for the weekend, you know?
It's going to be a beautiful weekend, too.
Do you have big plans?
I'm hoping to have a barbecue tomorrow because they say it's supposed to be really nice.
Atta girl, what are you cooking up?
I'm going to make steak and potatoes and veggies and corn.
Go on. Oh, how do you like your steak, new friend Wanda?
I don't like it, I don't like it mooing.
Okay. That's one way.
Yeah, my boyfriend likes to have it mooing. I don't like to have it mooing.
Well, your boyfriend can have it, and you have your steak well done. All right, Wanda?
I certainly will.
Now, interestingly, you go and you post that video, right?
Yeah.
And what happens in the comment section?
Okay, so sometimes, because I've been caught before, right? Like somebody's been like, on the phone call, they've been like, oh my God, is this Jax? Like I knew it was you. But it's funny because after I posted this, like she didn't recognize me on the phone, but after I posted this, Wanda commented on my TikTok. And she said, once I hung up the phone, it made me think, is this Jax? And then listen to me talking to Jax. I show everybody your videos. I'm so glad I said hello. It made my day. It's Wanda. It's saying like, and then people are saying, Wanda, when's the barbecue? She said at 5:00 tomorrow. Like she's chatting with the commenters saying what she's having for dinner and everything.
Amazing.
Wanda is a star.
In the comment section.
In the comment, like people are like, how was your barbecue? She said, great. Like things are going well. Wanda, I want to party with Wanda.
I want to party with Wanda too.
she's
She
a
seems
honey.
cool. That's so cool.
I hope that like of course I want to get calls where I can just chat with people, but like and they don't know, but like sometimes it's nice
Every
when they
once in a
call me
while.
out. Yeah, that's
Great.
so nice, and it's just nice talking to people.
So now Jax got worked over by a bunch of 10-year-olds.
No, they're not. They
got worked over.
Adam, they are not 10.
Okay, so Jax has this. She said earlier in the Mark Zuckerberg thing that I couldn't possibly run a company like that.
Well,
because I'd
that
feel
big,
guilt.
no, yeah.
And I want to assure you that the good thing that's about to happen, and it is a good thing. It's totally a good thing. Happened purely for the fact that Jax has this guilt complex
It's
about
not guilt.
literally everything.
It's not guilt. I just want everybody to have a good time.
So give it to me. What
Okay,
happened?
so we got. Listen, it is excellent. I got an email from a man named John, like a month and a half ago, and he said, "Hello, Jackson Adam. First, let me say that your heartwarming posts on Instagram are awesome. Love the random numbers that you're calling. It's the absolute best." Now, John is from Nova Scotia, and John's kid plays. Stay with me. John's kid Onyx plays in the U15 AAA soccer team.
Okay,
They're from Dartmouth,
which is very impressive.
They're from Dartmouth. Listen, I only made it one season in soccer. I don't think it was at any A's, but I loved it. I wasn't good at it, but I like soccer. Soccer's big in Dartmouth. And they said that they were wondering if we could give them like a shout out or like that the boys are.
Which we could have done. And by the way, they're 15. I said 10-year-olds. They're 15.
Well, we could have done, but like
we could have just given them a shout out.
we could have given the shout out, but also then I'm like, what about the other teams that we don't give shout outs to? And
And this is where the guilt complex comes in.
But I was like, what, and
So what did you do at 3 a.m.?
it wasn't 3.
And by the way, producer Stephanie and I had no idea you were doing this.
It wasn't 3 a.m. They were having an upcoming online auction. And then they were mentioning that there's things that you can like donate or you can get involved with sponsorship. So I sent them money on behalf of us.
Didn't tell us this. By the way, I wanted to say you sent the money and then did not ask Steph and I to pony up, which I appreciate. You could have asked us.
Yeah. No, but I'm like, these kids, I'm like
so
soccer,
you just sent the money.
I sent the money.
So they sent you one email and you just sent money.
Well, I'm excited for them. I said, thank you so much for your kind words. Adam and I are excited for the upcoming season.
I would have been if I'd known. I would have been super bummed for them.
Adam, like it's playoffs. You never text me back, so you're always busy. I can't even get a text back from you. So did I send money to a soccer team on behalf of us and assume that you'd be excited? Yes, I did. And you know what? We've been on air together for like 10 years, so I thought Adam will want this. And usually when I tell you owe me money, you just give it to me. So when I send flowers to people on behalf of the show, you just send me money.
There it is.
So we got a picture of them because they're number one, they're in first place.
Hey, all right. At least you supported a winning cause.
John and I have been talking, very proud of John.
How many emails back and forth?
Don't worry.
Have? There's like 10 emails.
Well, I'm excited for them. He's very nice. John's very nice. But I got a team picture. I said, John, this is awesome. This team looks fantastic. And I asked for permission to post because they're under 18. Also, we got all their names for back row and front row.
Oh, okay.
In case you
are you gonna give them all a shout out right now?
Yeah. Do you want me to? Okay.
Sure.
Back row, we got Roman, Onyx, which is John's son, Rowan, DeVeo, Antonio, Grayson, Jasper. Front row, we got Conroy, Jack, Theo. Cam. These are cool names. Cam, Ethan, SJ, Ethan. Oh, we got 2 Ethans, double the trouble.
So many Ethans.
Yep. Cohen. Oh, cool name. Will. And that is the UDFC U15 AAA team from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. And here, I'll show you a picture of them. Look at them. Look how excited they are.
They look great. They look like a true soccer team.
They all have the cool haircuts
I
was talking about.
Yeah.
Those
Absolutely.
you could have this haircut.
I could.
If you tried a little harder,
old.
okay? But look, these are Adam, this is our team.
I'm we need to get an Adam Wylde and Jax logo on the front. Like,
listen, if you pony up some cash here, we can support the boys. Look, they're excited. They just winning stars. Yeah, this is our team. These are our guys. I'm going to see them.
Well, lucky us.
Yeah.
You know what? It is amazing, like that you did that. It really is. But it's so funny where it comes from because you're like, you're like, hey, yeah, instead of a shout out, how about I just send you money unsolicited?
Well, you know what,
Just,
Adam?
the money
Adam,
has been deposited in your account. Email Jack. She might do the same for you.
Adam, you know what? Shout outs don't get you new knee pads for the season, do they? Huh?
That's right.
I was excited for them.
What, are you going to go see a game this summer? I know you're going back.
I'm going to be back in Nova Scotia for a while.
Pride, right?
For Pride, I'm going to be hosting at the Garrison Grounds
Okay,
for
you got to
Halifax
go
Pride.
see a game.
Oh, absolutely, I will.
Like you got to get a selfie with these guys. Like I got to.
I think it's gonna be weird if I just like show up on the.
No,
on the
you got to go. You're an owner now.
I'm not.
You're a franchise owner. You just put money and you invest it.
these
You are a minority partner.
These guys are good, and like if it was like the Timbits playing, you know, the Timbits soccer. If it was them playing, like, but these guys are really good, and I don't know. Adam, you're coming back to Nova Scotia too.
I don't know if I can make it, but I think you need to go.
Is this how you tell me you're not coming on a trip that I've envisioned? See, this is why I shouldn't even. You can't sponsor them. You can't even get back to. You can't even come to Nova Scotia.
Yeah, well, you're doing all the goodwill for us.
You're Nova-phobic.
So
that's what
we will
you
be
are.
watching out for them. What's their team name again?
Don't you just want me to say it again?
No.
It is this is our favorite team. They are, hang on, shout out our favorite team. That is the UDFC U15 AAA team from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
UDFC. Okay.
UDFC. Go UDFC.
UDFC it is. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Great work.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
love them.
Now, let's do the interview.
Let's do the interview. The name that Adam forced upon our
just
show.
Don't understand why you hate it
I got
so
a
much.
quarter zip and I'm in control of the names.
Okay. All right. So first question, name one thing on your bucket list? Like before you kick the bucket, name one thing that you got to do.
Before I die.
Before you die.
Call it what it is. Before I die.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Before I die, I want to go skydiving, but I want to be.
It's fun. It's
I
so
know,
fun. It's
but
amazing.
I feel like if I'm preparing to die anyways, I will be more
Can we
in the
send
mood
you
to do it. No, you can't. Nope.
Skydiving this summer with a GoPro?
No.
Do you know how viral that would go?
I won't be doing that. Adam, and maybe,
Why?
I don't know if we can.
I'll do it with you.
I don't know if we can find it, but you and I did some new ride at Wonderland years
a
ago
long
for
time
Virgin.
Ago, yeah.
And I screamed it's not good content.
It wasn't even like
it's like guttural. It's not good content.
You don't want to do this?
Absolutely not.
I would die to go skydiving again.
Would you come?
Literally.
Hang on. Would you take me
Yeah, I would go.
together?
Yes, I've done it. I love it. It's incredible. It's the most insane
As
experience.
long as it's not playoffs. Yeah. Will you go?
I think you should.
No, not me. I should.
I'm in. No, you're going with me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go together.
Yeah, because I want a GoPro on your head the whole way. I want you mic'd up. I want a GoPro. I want to know everything about it.
Will you drive?
Will I drive? I can drive.
I'm passenger princess.
So that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, but I only want to do it if I'm about to die anyway. Because I don't think it's very common for people to die while skydiving, but I think it'll be me.
I like
it'll
that.
be me that just smokes the ground.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
You like
I like
that I'm going to die when
because
skydiving?
you know what? You're going to go and you're going to love it. And you're going to be like, I don't know what I was so afraid of. Like people have been doing it for 100 years. They got it down to a pretty good science.
I know, but I know some people when they get sober, they get really into extreme stuff. And I've only got into like home renovation. And I feel like that's where I need to sit.
Is that where you feel comfortable?
I don't know anything about moderation.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's all or nothing with me. So I feel like I'm going to get into it and then that's going to be my entire life. And then I'm just going to like live in the sky. And that's not a good place to be either.
Okay. Now, so mine is scuba diving. I want to do like Great Barrier Reef. Have you ever done that?
No. We don't know enough about the sea to be down there as much as we are.
How are we going to find out more if we don't go down?
Mind our business is what we're going to do.
So you're afraid of the ocean?
Well, I love the ocean, but I love the ocean for 20 feet of depth. You
don't want to go down and see all the fish and whatever. Last time I was in Mexico, we did like a full snorkel tour. It was amazing. And there's like sea turtles and manta rays and it was amazing.
No, I don't want to. I find things like dolphins to be slippery. And I find sea creatures to be very rubbery.
Steph just got back from the Cayman Islands. She was on vacation last week. What did you kiss?
I kissed a stingray. Yeah, we swam with them. They're also very slimy.
Why would you?
Stingray a big old kiss?
I think you were embezzling money, but that's who goes to the Cayman Islands? Go BRB, just go in the Caymans.
Sorry, Marconi, no taxes this year.
Yeah, right after the election, that's an odd time. I don't want to kiss any sea creatures, and I don't want to know about what's going on down there because it's very dark, very spooky, and there are that's the thing. It's like outer space. We don't know enough, and I don't want to know more because I also think that the sea deserves to be mysterious. And I think that we are being very, very entitled by going down there. And I think that you are entitled little scuba diver. That's what I think. I'm sorry I'm bashing your dream. You're like,
wow,
let me take you to the sky.
And I'm so supportive of yours. I'm like, I'll go with you.
I know, but I just find I find it to be spooky down there. How deep are you going?
Like, I don't know, 40, 50 feet. I think that's where you go, right? Like anything deeper than that, it's probably pretty dark and cold. I just want to be able to see what you see on David Attenborough documentaries, like here's the fun crazy fish.
Okay, so you want to go
an eel and there's a shark, but he's too small to eat you. Like go
to Ripley's. It's down the road. Like just go to fucking Ripley's.
We do have an aquarium in Toronto.
Go there.
No, but I want to be in the tank. I want to be in the tank at Ripley's.
Can we reach out to Ripley's and
they
see?
Cannot put you in the tank.
I bet they could. I bet there's a way to put you in the water.
No.
Can we reach out to Ripley's?
I'll make some calls.
Yeah. Okay, Adam.
Hey, can we swim in your tank?
No, but I bet there's like something.
No, it's like a delicate ecosystem. They can't just put me in there.
No, but I bet they have like a side tank.
Like a side tank? I don't want to be in the side tank. I want to be in the ocean.
I don't want to lose you to the sea.
You're not going to lose me to the sea.
You're the love of my life.
All right. Here's another question. Okay. Have you ever had to hide? And when you did hide, where did you hide?
What is it? Who's that from?
Have you ever had to hide?
What does that mean?
I have had to hide before. I've had to hide. You ever had to hide? Like you've been out, and usually it's when you're a teenager and you've done something bad, and then you go and you hide. Like you're out partying when you shouldn't have been or whatever.
I've made myself not seen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you do? What happened?
I was in a fight.
You were in a fight?
Like a little bit of a scuffle. And I knew that my actions were going to be seen as, I got into a fight with a girl in high school because she stole my friend's shoes. And then we got into a bit of a fist fight. And then I left because I knew I was going to get suspended. And when I came back, I got suspended. So I hid for a bit.
And then got suspended?
Well, yeah, and I deserved it. And she shouldn't have stole the shoes, but also Did
she get suspended for stealing the shoe?
I think she did too.
Okay, good.
And she's I know her family, she seems lovely, but I hope she's doing well. But she shouldn't have stole the shoes, and I shouldn't have thought it was my job
to step in and start catching these fists here. Just throwing haymakers. I don't even think
it was fists. I think the only move I knew was to hockey pull.
The jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, we pull it over there.
And she definitely won. She took out my nose ring.
Oh yeah.
She
must have hurt.
Got me right in the face so hard that my nose ring came out. I don't know if I should put this in the show. Yeah. But it was the only fight I've ever been in. I was scared. And then I hid. And it was lunch hour. So you can't hide very far from Woodlawn High.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you didn't expect that.
No, I was not expecting that. That's so much better than my story.
Yeah, and I was so scared. Where'd you hide?
So we had a...
Oh, it's too cool.
I grew up in Scarborough along Lake Ontario. And we discovered towards the end of our teens that there's a beach there. But Lake Ontario, when I was growing up, is not the Lake Ontario of today.
It's much different, right?
Everybody was like, it's dirty. Don't ever go in there. I had primary school teachers if you swim in there, your feet will turn purple. Literally, tell me. And so they've cleaned up the lake significantly, and people swim in it all the time. And it was probably fine back then. But we used to go to the beach and have bonfires because there'd be all this driftwood.
Bad boy bonfire guy.
And we'd have a bonfire and somebody bring a case of beer, and we probably weren't of the age. We were probably 17, 18. And it was amazing. It'd be a beautiful summer night.
Yeah.
And we'd have this gigantic bonfire, and some neighbor down the road is there's a fire on the beach and I am not okay. It's in the middle of a beach. There's no way that this fire is going to spread. And
that narc.
And there was a new police detachment station that was built around the time I finished high school. And these cops, there was not much going on in my neighborhood. These guys didn't have much to do. So whenever something happened in the neighborhood, there'd be 6 cruisers. So anyway, we find out where somebody goes for a pee, And it's interesting because there was in where I grew up in Scarborough.
Oh no,
at
we're just
Port
pissing
Union,
in the woods. Why'd the cops come? Like Adam, like
at Port, but at Port
accountability.
Union, there is a slip where you drop your boat. We also used to play like ice hockey there in the winter. And it's where the train goes by. So it's underneath a train bridge.
Okay.
And so you basically come down this slip and you hook out, and there's no houses or anything nearby. It's literally the Scarborough Bluffs and beach, and that's it. And nobody's there. It's a very rocky sort of beach. And so we're like, this is great. Nobody can see us. We're not bugging anyone. We can be as loud as we want, and nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So of course somebody narcs on us, and so my friend who was peeing was like, they're coming, and there's like 6 or 7 of them. And so we had to boot it into the bluffs. And this was it's a shorter part of the bluffs.
God, Adam.
But we had to climb the bluffs to get away. And we used to have bush parties next to the bluffs, right? So, but we had to climb up a smaller part of the bluffs. And I'm talking, this wasn't easy, right? Like this was like 30, 40 feet.
You say like, you say that your story's less bad. You were on the run from the police.
Yes, I was.
In the bush.
I mean, all they were going to do was say, go home, we'll drive you home. Like these guys were chill. Like they were not like.
No, criminal Adam. Let me stick with.
They used to drive my friends home all the time.
Let me stick with the narrative that you were a criminal bad boy high school guy.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my God. And did they ever catch up?
No.
Oh,
no, some of the people
fast.
that just didn't want to climb, again, like I said, the cops would be like, all right, guys, like we're putting out the fire and we're going to drive you home. And we won't tell your parents, just don't lip off.
Yeah.
If you lipped off to them, then they were like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
But if you don't swear at us or whatever, then we'll drive you home and like, let's
So you
call it a night.
You didn't resist arrest.
I just left.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to be here for this. On the off chance that my mother sees a police cruiser pull into her driveway and I'm grounded forever, I'm not wrecking my last year of high school over this. So we went and we climbed, and scrapes and bruises and all that stuff, but we felt pretty cool about ourselves. And
oh my God.
Yeah.
Adam, okay,
Yeah.
Between this and thinking about your long hair, very Hawkeye episode. Very Hawkeye episode. Quarter zip or not.
Yeah,
like
I know,
I'm
right?
into it.
Full
oh my
dad
God.
era with the quarter zips.
Okay,
2 weeks in a row.
Let's make a deal that we're going to go skydiving and not get arrested.
I like that. I like it.
Oh
So
my
here,
God.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's your recommendation for this week?
My recommendation this week has to be, it's this small podcast. It's called The Duchess of Sussex's first ever
the Jamie Kern Lima show.
podcast episode.
Yeah.
No, I want to have a recommendation from you, but you're going to make fun of me because I haven't been watching anything besides Girls, because I'm going to finish Girls. I'm going to finish this
So
awful.
you can't do multiple shows concurrently?
Absolutely not. No, I can't do 2 shows at once.
Okay.
But I'm watching Girls, hate watching Lena Dunham. And I have to finish. I thought there was 5 seasons. There's 6.
And the last season makes no sense.
God.
They're in like a cottage or something. I don't get it.
But besides that, I'm not listening or watching anything.
Okay.
Besides the Adam Wylde and Jax podcast.
That is a shame.
Okay. What?
The only thing you're consuming right now in pop culture is Girls.
Listen, it's been a weird time. Okay. It's been a weird time for me. And I just need something to shut my brain off to.
All right.
Okay.
So for me, and Jax is not going to get this, but if you're a Star Wars fan, you will. Andor. Andor is one of the greatest Star Wars shows I've ever seen. My wife is all the way in on this. It's so good. And here's the thing, they're releasing episodes 3 at a time. So you still get the feeling of binging.
Got them all. Yeah.
But you don't get to watch the whole season.
I got to see what Yoda's up to.
You're the worst. You are so missing out on this.
I love Yoda.
Tell her in the comments how good Andor is.
I love Yoda.
Tell her in the comments. Tweet Jax, message her and be like, Andor rocks, you're wrong.
Han Solo.
All right. We'll see you next week.
I love you.